Next, from the Illinois Municipal League's annual conference, a panel discussion on the use of cameras to ticket drivers running red lights. We'll hear about whether these cameras can clearly identify a violation, about the cost to install and operate such systems, and what kind of revenues these cameras may generate for cities. This runs about 1 hour.
My name is Frank Pasquale, the mayor of the Village of Bellwood, and hope you're all finding this conference very informative, educational, as well as enjoyable. I can vouch for that. Outside my room last night, they were enjoying it. This morning's session is on the best practices for utilizing red light cameras. At this time, please allow me to acknowledge and introduce Roy McCampbell, our village controller. And we're waiting to hear from our other presenter. When he comes in, I will introduce him. Several municipalities in Illinois, and perhaps elsewhere, have already done so or are currently in the process of establishing red light cameras. The purpose is to enhance traffic and residential safety in your community. Please keep that word safety stored in the back of your mind throughout this entire session. Shortly, our presenter will provide you with their background and experience on what to expect from your residents, motorists, and your administration when you're dealing with the red light camera. For the most part, the residents, 99% of them are all for it. Motorists is a mixed bag of tricks because you're dealing with not only residents, but people driving through your town. As far as your administration, they've got to support it because you're opening up a whole new can of worms. This is a brand new chapter when you start dealing with photo enforcement. Fortunately enough, I've been very fortunate. I've been very supportive of my administration. As mayor of the Village of Bellwood, I'm extremely proud of the fact that we are known both locally and nationally as the most technologically advanced suburb in Illinois. Now, that's a strong statement, but our ongoing commitment to create a virtual village is driven by our desire to address our immediate needs in the areas of public safety and security through the efficient use of technology, which at the same time prepares you for the future. In addition to our red light cameras, we are in the process of covering the entire Village of Bellwood with wireless surveillance cameras. This network will be available to all of our residents. The system of surveillance cameras is designed to be an effective state-of-the-art tool to enable our entire police department, our police force, to patrol and investigate crime at the same time. Therefore, together, this is a perfect marriage. We've got surveillance cameras and red light cameras. They almost enhance, what they do, they enhance and magnify the safety aspect to the residents as well as the motorists. Now let's get into the mechanics of the red light cameras. Again, remember the primary use of these cameras is designed to positively change motorist behavior and raise their awareness of pedestrians, children, other vehicles, as well as traffic laws. With the passage of House Bill 4835 in the Illinois General Assembly, this gave us the ability to use photo enforcement at designated traffic signals or areas. The passing of this bill was not an easy one. When I was sitting in front of these senators and reps, boy, my knees were shaking. That was my first time at it, and I'm trying to prove a point. But some of them really believed these cameras were going to be used solely to generate revenue. One guy said, Bellwood doesn't need a fundraiser. And this was their mentality for a while. Fortunately enough, it was not the majority. Remember in high school, your physics class, for every action there's an opposite and hopefully an equal reaction. Well, once you open up this can of worms, be ready, because it's a whole new ballgame. The key is to strategically put these cameras in an area, and this is what saved us, by schools. I don't think that's me ringing. No. By schools, our park district, because they run parallel with the busy street, as well as an intersection where we've had several accidents. Once we promoted that idea, we kind of won them over, and they went along with the program. They saw we were not putting them on streets just to catch people, or catch motorists. It made sense. In fact, one of the intersections we put the camera at, last summer we had 3 fatalities, children, motorists running a red light. So once this bill was signed, we were capable of issuing warning notices, which we did for the first couple months. Secondly, after that, they received citations to the motorists who ran a red light or made an illegal turn on red. These cameras are designed to photograph the vehicle's license plate and not the driver, and they are extremely effective. Purpose of that being, we don't ever want to be accused of racial profiling. Once the picture is taken of the car, the license plate, within a couple weeks, the owner of the car, not necessarily the driver, the owner of the car receives either the citation or the warning. And it's amazing how many parents say goodnight to their children, retire for the evening, and find out the car's being used for the next few hours. Because when they came to court, they said, it couldn't be my car. I was either out of town or I was sleeping. But once that camera comes up and shows, is this your license plate in your car, there's not much they can say except, where's my kid? The automatic traffic law enforcement system is just one element in our multifaceted initiative that continues to set the standard by using cost-efficient wireless surveillance cameras. The technology is for 3 points. First of all, to improve public safety. Keep playing up the safety aspect. Secondly, to increase the ability of our police officers to concurrently monitor multiple areas of the village. And third, to promote traffic and pedestrian safety to residents as well as commuters. I could think of no better way to perform my duty as a public servant than to leverage the resources, expertise, and commitment of a group of equally determined people to benefit the residents we serve. With that being said, let's get into the nuts and bolts of this camera. And I'm going to ask Mr. McCampbell to step up. And following the presentation, if we have time, and I'm sure we will, we'll entertain questions. Thank you. All right.